is Water Street, originally called the King's Road, or maybe that was a nickname for it. That street is Delaware Ave. If you call it Columbus Boulevard, you're an asshole. But that doesn't, well, that's, these steps were put in place in the 1700s by order of William Penn. So think about this. I'm walking on 300 years of history that William Penn said, yeah, you put them there. So how about that? Little bit of history. You know, there's history everywhere in this great city. And let's see. I'm just going to go down the very next big street. I think it's Spring Garden Street. All right, here we are, Delaware Ave. I like this mural. Probably one of the biggest in the city. This is Delaware Ave. Now, this street where I started this tour, I call it the King Street, Water Street. This street, Delaware Ave, was paid for by a gentleman named Stephen Girard. Big time guy. Hero of the Yellow Fever. Now, don't be writing book reports. I haven't done his history research in a year, but I think that's true. There's a reason why I'm on YouTube and not the History Channel. History Channel does research. I'm going off memory, and it's not that good. So Stephen Girard thought Water Street, the King Street, was so dirty. He gave the city $1 million back when $1 million was $1 zillion. And he said, yo, do me a favor. Why don't you make this street here near the river and name it Delaware Ave. All right, so this is Spring Garden Street. Let's do it. Every street, I bet you there's something on, like, there's some cool shit on this street. We'll do a little digging and diving. Some good parts, some bad parts. Spring Garden Street, that's the L stop. So if you ever see my Kensington videos, if you take the train above Kensington Ave, this is about 6 stops after Kensington and Allegheny. This shopping plaza, the only thing I really know it for is right here, Delilah's Den. Look at this. Delilah's Den. That's like that's where the rich perverts go to see strippers. That's like the not really. It's like the classy strip club, if that's such a thing. So, yeah, one time I went in there and I got in for free because I said I was the lead singer of Goldfinger. I swear to God that's true. I almost got busted, but I was smashed and I just played it off. One of the strippers was like, "You're not the lead singer of Goldfinger." So, yeah, I am. And it would have been, I could have got my ass kicked. I think about that sometimes. Like, I wouldn't do that today. I would have gotten killed. I don't know. I was also drunk, so when you're drunk, you get liquid courage, as they say. Here's another mural. You're going to see murals all up and down this street. As a matter of fact, this scoot is going to end at one of the greatest pieces of art in the city of Philadelphia. Now, go ahead. Well, you're going to make an illegal U-turn. You can't make an illegal U-turn, but I can run the red light. There we go. Got a World War I veteran. There he is. Put this up a little bit. All right, now we're going to yabba dabba. Oh, yeah, shit, we got world history on this street. We have literature history on this street. We have movie locations. Oh, my God. Spring Garden Street. This is the Social Security Administration. About when was before we talk about that, let's talk about this. This is an old-time horse fountain. So back in the day when this was when this was old, like, colonial days. So this was put in 1922. Actually, happy birthday, right? 100 years old today, in memory of Sarah. And this used to be Finnegan's Wake, which was like an Irish pub with multi-levels. And that just closed recently. Not recently, like in the last decade. I was in there a few times. It was fine. Okay, so this is the Social Security building. And last summer, there was stuff going on all around the city. The National Guard was called in. And that's one of the buildings they protected. There was tanks. Was there tanks? Not tanks, but those big trucks that Army people sit in. I don't want to get too technical. The Army people. Look at this. You go down the street. I don't even know what this building is, but it looks so pretty. We're going to look at it. It's funny. Oh, what is this? Hello, friend. This is where the Ninja Turtles live. Right here. Look at this building. Integrity. Wonder what that could have been. Probably a bank. Stephen Girard owned a bunch of banks. He also had an orphanage. Not an orphanage. He had a university. Is that what it's called, or is he called college? He uses a different word for what we call it today. So anyway, he has the school. It's still somewhere around 17th and Girard. It's up around that. Not exact. And he had like a school where if you were an orphan, you could go to that school and you would get taught from kindergarten all the way up to college, I think. Don't go write book reports. And, he helped a lot of kids. A lot of kids got to go to school because of Stephen Girard. Not black kids. I don't think not any other kids, just white kids, because it was called the School for White Orphan Children. Like, not orphan children, specifically white orphan children. Making a difference. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, boy. This is Yard's Brewery. This was, Oh, is he backing? Is he going? I'm going this way. This is one of the local breweries. They make a lot of beers for like with presidents' names. They have like Thomas Jefferson's recipe, and they make it a beer. But they also have some decent regular stuff. They got the Filthy with a PH, the Philly Pale Ale, the Brawler, which is, people love it. It tastes, it's like coffee and chocolate. It should be good. It's just when you want a beer, you want a beer. You don't want a chocolate milk. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even notice this. This was a shopping center 3 months ago, or maybe, I don't know. Don't go, but now it's gone. I'll show you guys my old job. But yeah, I used to live at the Dollar General there. That's where I get my dirty cigarettes and my microwave meals for work. Yeah, this square thing has been here forever. And almost tripped. Alright. So this is 7th Street. This is one of the few blocks, if you ever come downtown, there is unlimited free parking on this side. And across the street, they have a little parking. I park here sometimes. My car did get broken into, but, you know, that's life in the big city, as they say. This Target's new. And you know what's funny? Targets have, like, different tier stores on their, and that's how they determine their pricing levels. So if you go to this Target, let's say a 2-liter of soda, it will set you back $2.50. But if you go to the Target in Bridesburg, it's $1.99. Like, they up the prices. But I guess maybe the rent's a little bit higher. I guess that could be it. So this is the parking lot to the Electric Factory. This is like, it's now called Franklin Music Hall. Looks like there's going to be a concert here tonight. And this is the backstage area of Franklin Music Hall. It was called the Electric Factory. It became a concert venue, I think in the 90s. The Electric Factory used to be somewhere else, and it had a name, and it has a legacy, and it's been around since the 60s, and all the dirty hippies went there and shit. But this is it now. And for about a year and a half, I practically lived in this booth. Right here. Boy, they spruced you up, booth. Look how pretty you look. Yeah, man, I watched a lot of Judge Judy. Not Judge Judy. I was really into Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer. And I don't know if this is true, but I kind of believe it. You are what you watch. So if you watch a lot of negativity, you output negativity. You know, I'm no, you know, actually I'm insane, so don't listen to me. But, so I was like in a really bad spot in my life, and I was watching a lot of Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer, and when you watch a lot of anger, it makes you angry. I don't know. So then I stopped watching Steve Wilkos, and then I watched all 100 movies on the AFI 100 movie list. And the majority of them were fantastic. Gone with the Wind is a pile of shit. It's like 8 hours of watching a spoiled brat. So this is 7th and Spring Garden. If you wanted to know my opinion, I'm going to jaywalk with this cop here. Yeah. White privilege with the orphanage. White privilege crossing the street. So this is the German Hall. Founded in 1764. This building isn't from 1764, but Germans in Philadelphia, big time. There was more Germans in Philadelphia in 1776 than there were English-speaking folk. And the first time they read the Declaration of Independence, they read it in German. It was read by a gentleman named John Nixon, who was the sheriff of Philadelphia. And this is the part where you don't quote me. Great-great-grandfather of Richard Nixon. Look at this. Mr. Gorbachev, tear that wall down. I don't know if that's the exact. That's the Berlin Wall. That's a big-ass chunk of the Berlin Wall. I know what's sad? It sits here in this yard, and nobody knows. and the crazy thing is, at 7th and Spring Garden, there's another historic location right across the street. Right here, Edgar Allan Poe lived here. What did these assholes do? Oh, there's a big pothole, pussies. Just drive in the pothole. So this is where Edgar Allan Poe lived in Philadelphia. Let's see. Let me read this. Pause. So Edgar Allan Poe lived here with his wife and his mother-in-law. And if you look, well, I don't know. You ever notice how people from like 1950 and they're 30 years old. They look like they're 60 years old, so I don't know how old he is, but they lived here. He wrote The Black Cat and the Gold Bug here. The Raven, The Raven he didn't write here, but the influence of the Raven he may have met here, because there is a raven owned by Charles Dickens, the guy who wrote A Christmas Carol. He spent some time in Philly, and he had a pet raven named Grip, and so he was probably the inspiration for Edgar Allan Poe to write The Raven. I think that's the one. And if you go to the free library in Center City, on the Ben Franklin Parkway, you can actually see the raven. They have it stuffed, and it's pretty cool to think about that Charles Dickens and Edgar Allan Poe laid eyes on something that you laid eyes on. I mean, well, I think that's interesting, right? Like, Charles Dickens had to feed that thing. That's the most miserable place in Philadelphia. That's Traffic Court. They make parking around Traffic Court impossible. This is, I believe, hold on. Now listen, I know there's some trained people out there, and they take this shit to heart. Reading Railroad was big, and I believe this was part of the Reading Railroad. It might be all fiction. And if you go down this, anyway, so the Reading Railroad, they don't run trains down here no more. I don't even know if the Reading Railroad's a thing. And they are going to make this railway a park, and they started making the abandoned railroad a park up near Broad Street, and it's going to go all the way down. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. I wonder how sturdy these bridges are. There's a gun range. I used to go to a Buddhist temple right here. Look at this building. You know, I never even noticed this building was... Yeah, so anyway, I used to go to a Buddhist temple that used to be in the bottom floor of this building. And you would sit and meditate, and you would hear gunshots. Hey, thank you. On cue. Not really the most... not the best place to find inner peace when you hear gunshots. Right here was the location of the first Hershey store. So Hershey had a store right here in, I wonder if that's the original front with that wood there. 1876. It didn't, I don't think he succeeded here. Did he? I could read the sign. Opened his first store at 18 years old. The confectionery shop sold candies, nuts, although initially success credit, it did close. Okay, that's sad. We're going to have to cross the street. This is the Union Transfer. Back in the day, it was the Spaghetti Warehouse. But now it's a concert venue. Could be my favorite concert venue in the city. It's up there. It's really good. It's new. It's clean. The music sounds good. You know, I still see people who bounce concerts when I was 20, and I'm 40, so they must be 60. They can still beat my ass, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of, we better get a new generation. Let's see. May Day Parade, I know that. And that's it. That's what happens when you get old. You don't know the people playing the smaller venues. This Mexican, is it Mexican? I think it is Mexican. La means the. The Chinese, no, Chinesca. There you go. Outdoor dining and clear tents. I think it would be better, I guess, for the heat. Okay. Very popular mural. You see this mural on Instagram. It was all a dream. And there's Center City. There's the skyline. I want to get a Philadelphia tent like sleeve on my arm. Look at these people waiting to get their car washed. So far, I've only seen one car that really needed it. That's this guy. Okay, that one might need it too. Yo! Who? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way I would wait to get my car washed. I go to the self one, get me the soapy broom, I just fucking scrub it. But they must do an insane job. It's like this all the time. But we had a little bit of snow this weekend. So, God forbid, a little bit of dirt. I used to get my car washed when I went to Jiffy Lube. They would give you a free car wash, but then they stopped doing that, so I stopped going to Jiffy Lube. And that's why the check engine light's always on. That's a joke, Dad. No, So this is the Philadelphia, but it's called Filamoka, and they used to sell mausoleums inside here. It's now a concert venue. And if you're not doing anything on April 9th, they're having some wrestling. PWE wrestling. I'm thinking Onslaught's supposed to wrestle with that dirtball Philly Mike. And so if you want to, I'll give more updates. There's a cool mural. So that's April 9th, PWE. Just look up PWE on Instagram. Where we at? 12th in Spring Garden. Getting ready to go to see my old high school. All right. There's another old building. Look at this. La Rue. LaRue and Company. Oh, there's another really cool mural up here. Philadelphia has more murals than any country in the world. Germany may be beating us right now, but I think it's because they have more sanctioned murals, and we have a lot more unsanctioned murals. Just in case you're getting ready to open up the Guinness Book of World Records and call me a liar, Or you could be like me and not really. I mean, it's interesting. There it is. Matter of fact, that's called the Mural Lofts. I believe it was an old school. Spring Garden Street. I went to high school right down the street here, and that wasn't there. That wasn't there. The CVS wasn't there. It was just open space. That used to be a parking lot up until real recently. There's Yeah, there's that. And then these are bikes that you can rent. Once a year in Philadelphia, we have a thing called the Naked Bike Ride. And so last year I went to it. I might participate in it next year. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of creepy. But we're going to go down the street here because it looks like it's blocked off. So anyway, the Naked Bike Ride. I saw a bunch of dirt balls riding on those bikes. Kind of scary. Got their naked asses on the bikes that the public's supposed to rent. Little kids could ride those bikes. This is Ben Franklin School. This is the school 2 blocks away from my high school. Most of the kids who mugged me went to this high school. I got mugged a few times in high school. Where's it at? Let's do one of my favorite stories. That isn't it funny how you can go look back at things and laugh? I could have fucking died at this story. But back in 1991, 92, Raider coats were all the rage because of gangster rap. So I can't think of anyone more gangster than 13-year-old me or 14-year-old me. So I was walking down here with my buddy Mike. We were walking this way. And that was me and Mike. And there was a gang of like 5 guys. And they put me up against the fence right here. And they said, "Gal, give us your Raiders coat. Give us your Raiders coat." And I was like, "No, I'm not giving you my Raiders coat." And I pulled out this knife I had in my pocket. And one of the guys went back and punched me in the face. And stole my knife. I got to keep the jacket, but he stole my knife. And I got a good punch right in the nose. It's all stars. I couldn't do anything. There was 5 of them, and they had my knife. I don't know why they didn't take my jacket, but this is my high school, Franklin Learning Center. It's full of asbestos. I wouldn't. They do church in here on Sundays, and I went one Sunday to church because I went to see the auditorium. Up there was my homeroom. Fuck was the lunchroom? It's on this side. And I met Mrs. Captain for the very first time. In this room, I think. I guess they have it blocked off because it's a lunchroom. But yeah, first time I met Mrs. Captain was in that room. Uh-oh. Hello, car. For Mrs. Captain's birthday, I got her an FLC hoodie. That was our high school's name. That's why I got her a hoodie. And I got to go to the school store, and I talked to the principal. And I said, "Hey, I was just curious. Are any teachers, what's like the longest tenure teacher here?" Because I graduated in like 95, 94, 93. And he said, "No, we ain't got nobody here that long." And I was like, "Ah, shit." I do know my drama teacher still teaches. And she's going to be teaching my daughter when she starts high school. So that's pretty, I don't know how many teachers have. Well, I guess in Catholic schools that used to be a thing where I had your mother and your father. I know we used to have a lot of brothers. Oh, I had your brother. Hey, thinking about that sounds very sexual. I had your brother. All right, well, you can't tell, but guess what, folks? Hollywood, here we are. Lots of stuff filmed on this spot. Trading Places. If you ever saw the movie Trading Places, the jail where Lewis walks out of the jail when he meets, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis for the first time. It happens right here. And then the other day I was watching The Happening, and I realized The Happening was filmed at Masterman, which is the school here. So if you ever see Trading Places, This is the jail. And this is where Dan Aykroyd walks out of the jail. I know I say his name wrong. Dan Aykroyd walks out of the jail, and then Jamie Lee Curtis is standing there, and she walks over and gives him a kiss. And then if you ever see The Happening, that's where Mark Wahlberg finds out that the trees are killing everybody. So what's he do? Besides leave the city of Philadelphia, he goes out in the middle of the fucking woods, idiot. And this is Masterman. This is like, you know, smart kid school. You gotta be, you can't be a dummy. You gotta have all A's. I mean, if you go to Kappa, or not Kappa, if you go to Masterman, you're guaranteed a college scholarship if you keep your shit up together. Also, this building was the United States Mint back in like the 20s, I think. This was the mint. We opened up the new mint we have now that we still use. That was in the 60s or 50s. So, yeah. And now it's the community college of Philip. Look at that, 56 degrees. Here's another, look at this. Bus stop technology. So the 43 comes down here, and it tells you the bus is going to be here in 22 minutes. That's like, where's it go? Richmond and Cumberland? You could probably walk that in 22. Well, I do. You know what I used to do as a kid? I probably still do it if I wait. This is the Electrician Union. I say you jerk off. This is the Electrician Union. And I think the guy that, did we talk about this? I don't want to get sued. There's a guy that runs one of the unions. His name's Johnny Doc. I'm not sure if it's this union, so let's not speak ill of this union. But Johnny Doc was found guilty of bribing a city council person. Bobby the Brain Heenan, I call him the Weasel. But the city council person's name was Bobby Heenan. What the hell is this? Half a face? The Russian Brotherhood Organization. Don't mind if I do. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, is that a Ukrainian flag? I don't know. Sanctions! Sanctions! There's the Carpenters Union. I don't know. No, I know for a fact he's not in charge of the carpenter. I think it is the electricians. There's a Carpenters Museum. If you ever got something absolutely nothing to do, you come here, you learn the history of carpentry. What you do is you get a piece of wood and you saw it. And then if you need to, you hammer it. And that's the history of carpentry. It's a pretty cool looking building though. We got some Art Deco. You got some Carpenter Benefit. This is a nice building. This is what your union dues pay for. I was in a union a few times. I guess they tried to fight for me. I got fired from ShopRite, and they were trying to stick up for me, and then there was like an what the hell was the term? Arbitrator? Arbitrator? Is that a word? I think it is. So there was an arbitrator, and he was like, nah, we're gonna fire you. But they tried, and they took $8 off my paycheck every week when I was making $8 an hour, so that was nice. UPS, they said, fuck you. Park here? No. What we're going to do is we're going to double park. Double park next to an open parking space. Number one pet peeve, if you ask me. Fucking hate that. Hello, friend. 20th and Spring Garden. We're getting to what they call the museum district. This guy. That looks like he was in ZZ Top with that beard. How we doing, friend? Oh, scooters. Oh, shit. I forgot. I have to get back. And I'm 21 blocks from... well, no, I'm actually more than 21 blocks. But I said it would end at the Rocky statue. And it will end at the Rocky statue. Where did I park? That's always a good question to ask out loud. This is 22nd Street, hospitals, hotels, not hotels, apartments. Gas is $4.39 a gallon. Hey, listen, if you're on social media, can you do the world a favor? You don't got to take a picture of every time you buy gas. We get it. It's expensive, you know? Although it did drop. It did drop 20 cents. There's a Russian gas station called Lukoil, and Lukoil always charge 30 cents more than other gas stations. Not even an exaggeration. They would charge $3.30 when other gas stations would charge $3. I called them the desperation gas station. When there's nowhere to go, you go to Lukoil. The other day, and they're owned by a Russian oligarch, apparently. I don't know if that's true. I hope the Russian oligarch doesn't get 30 minutes into my spring garden scoot and sues me. But, Russian oligarch sue me. So yeah, anyway, so I went to Lukoil the other. I didn't get gas from Lukoil. I drove by. Sunoco was $4.39. Lukoil, $4.09. Uh-oh. Trying to make that money. And you know what? And nobody was getting gas from them. Fuck them. I don't even know what an oligarch is. But I don't like it. It's a weird sounding word. So fuck them. Oh, let's look at some art. This art was made by this guy. And it's beautiful out today. God. And this is supposed to move. Let me see. That's not windy enough, but just use your imagination. It's moving. Look at that silver tree. See that silver tree? This is considered the Fairmount Park section of Philadelphia. The Rocky statue, which is right here. I guess we'll end it on top of the art museum. Oh, I got the goddamn scooter. Fuck. This is the Ben Franklin Parkway. The street is a little bit over 100 years old. Celebrated its century anniversary. This is the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Rocky Balboa ran up these steps. And they have, we'll go say hi to Rocky. He lived in the neighborhood I was born in. He lived in Kensington. And this is the #1 tourist attraction in the city of Philadelphia. More people come here than they come to the Liberty Bell. More people come here than they do Independence Hall, because this is open 24 hours a day. It's either, oh, this guy. Huh. There he is.
Lucky t-shirts.
There he is. My favorite Kenzo. That's a Robert Balboa. You may know him as Rocky.
Because I can do a punch
My God, you look like him. That's very good. Yeah. No, all you gotta do is wear the hat. Hey, keep punching, Rock. Yeah. That guy really looks. We get that sometimes. There's impersonators that come down. What the fuck is this thing? Hold on, before this guy starts pedaling away with his boat. What is this? What is this goofball? I don't know about that. That's weird. And then, oh, I hate doing this. But you got to do it when you're here, right? So I really appreciate you watching me ride down Spring Garden Street. It was a lot of fun. I learned something. I learned that people were driving well, I guess that's one thing. Oh, hold on. All right. He's listening to Living in America. Okay, ready? Fuck it. They steal it. They steal it. Let's do it. Oh, it was nothing. Oh, this guy, that's a smart marketing plan. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And I'll see with you later. Yo, Adrian, I did it!